Underwater Adventure with Brainroit. In the depths of the ocean, in the magical underwater city known as Aquaria, lived a small but very wise octopus named Brainroit. Brainroit was known for his extraordinary intelligence and ability to solve puzzles. He had many friends, but recently he noticed he was increasingly prone to anger and would lash out at his companions. Brainroit couldn't understand why this was happening. His friends, like the fish bubble and the crab clemens, began to fear him. One day, after yet another outburst, Brainroit decided he had to do something about it. He heard a legend about an ancient artifact that supposedly had the power to help control emotions. This artifact was hidden deep within underwater caves. Brainroit decided to embark on a quest to find this artifact. He gathered the necessary items and bid farewell to his friends. Despite their fear, Bubble and Clemens decided to accompany him, knowing how important this was for their friend. The journey was full of challenges. They had to swim through dark and dangerous caves, avoid threatening creatures, and solve complex puzzles. Thanks to his intelligence, Brainroit led the group through these difficulties. At one point, they came across mysterious doors locked with 7 magical keys. Brainroit noticed symbols on the doors that reminded him of old puzzles he used to solve at home. He began analyzing them and soon found a way to open the doors. This was their first success. Everyone was excited and hopeful that they would find the artifact. However, beyond the doors lay another obstacle. They had to navigate a labyrinth filled with traps. Although very smart, Brainroit didn't foresee one of the traps and fell into it. He was trapped, and his friends didn't know how to help him. Brainroit felt helpless and angry with himself. At that moment, it seemed that all was lost. While trapped, Brainroit had time to reflect on his actions. He realized that his anger and lack of control over his emotions were the cause of many problems. Then he remembered the words of a wise old turtle who once told him that true strength lies in calmness and self-understanding. Suddenly, Brainroit noticed that the trap responded to his emotions. The calmer he became, the more the trap loosened. He focused on his breathing, tried to calm down, and soon the trap released him. This was his great discovery. Brainroit and his friends continued their journey and eventually found the ancient artifact. It turned out to be a small, glowing shell that emanated tranquility. Brainroit understood that it wasn't the artifact that held the power, but what he had learned during the journey, control over his emotions and self-understanding. When they returned to Aquaria, Brainroit was a different octopus. He learned how to manage his anger and became an even better friend. His friends were proud of him, and Brainroit knew that the most important journey he had undertaken was the journey within himself.